Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video number 42, we are going to learn very important and useful concept. It's called lambda function, closures, anonymous function. All these are linked together, they are same, but we know all these things with different name. Like closure means we can access the variables of outer function in inner function is called closure, like we do in JavaScript also. Lambda functions is just like a lambda expressions that we have in Java programming language. After Java 1.8 they have introduced this concept of anonymous function, and here in Rust also we have the same concept, just similar to Java and JavaScript, and almost all new programming language like Python also have this lambda function. Similar to that Rust also have. It's very useful because in Rust if you want to create multi-threading applications, then lambda functions are required and they are more useful also. But lambda functions or closures or anonymous function in Rust programming language are little bit difficult and have little bit confusing you can say signature. So how to create that, how to use that, we are going to learn in this video. So go to this same project. I told you that my all the future videos I will create in the same project. So this is 41 to all videos. So now I need to remove these older libraries or modules that I am using. I need to remove this also, no need of this. I have explained how to use this. Now I remove all these things. So in this video I am going to create a new module in this module folder. So I give it name closures, closures example.rs. remember that, this one, closures example, that I want to use. That means in mode file in place of these, because I don't want to use this, I want to use only this. So I say pub mode and I say closure. Remember that, closures that I want to use, closures example that I want to use. In library already I have modules. Now in this file I create a function and should be public, and I say lambda function. So function name is lambda. So remember that this name you may have any name, but I'm giving here lambda just to understand that closure, lambda, anonymous, everything is same. So this is lambda, it's a normal function, nothing is special. This is a library name closure. So why it called closure, that we are going to understand, and how to declare closure function, lambda function, anonymous function all together are same. How to declare this in Rust, that we are going to understand. Now that closure I have to create. So so first function is display message. So I say display message. Remember that this function, closure function I want to create. Here I need to declare like this, remember, and here I say println like this, and I say this is closure function, or I can say slash lambda function like this. Save this. You see that syntax is, what is this? Just this is a function that returning only this value. How to call it? Normal display function like this I'm calling it, remember that. And this is the lambda that I have to use in main file because it is in a module. So here I say use module closures. Remember that I have to use this file. Now under this file closure example we have a lambda function. Remember that this function I am calling, this one, and this function have closure functions, lambda function, the name is display message. So run it, cargo run. Everything is okay, and we have the output here, lambda function. Spelling mistake like this. Once again I run and you have this. Nothing is special, but what is this, that we have to understand. If you have an idea of JavaScript, so what we have an arrow function. Remember that I am just telling you that in JavaScript we declare like this, const, and I say display and then equal to, then this symbol, then arrow, and here we define the message whatever we want to display, like console.log, like this we define here. So this is the way to define lambda or arrow function in JavaScript. And in Java also we define function. If we have an interface name, so interface name we put here, that name, suppose interface name is sum, so we declare like this, equal to, then this symbol, then this like this, and we put here system dot out dot println. Like this we have in Java programming language. Remember that this is also lambda expression in Java. So these are the shortcut to declare anonymous function, because this function do not have a name, just we are passing a reference of this in this variable. Here we are passing the reference in the interface, and with the help of that we are able to create this. In Rust, what we have in place of function parenthesis, remember that in place of parenthesis we have this symbol pipe1, and then we print the data. So this symbol represent anonymous function, closure function, lambda function in Rust. This represent lambda expression in Java. This represent arrow function in JavaScript. Remember that. So I have explained you that in other languages also how to define this. Now I tell you that how to use this in different ways. It is the simple one, just printing this result. But if I don't print this here, I want to you can say return a value from this function. So how to use this, and with parameter how to use this, without parameter how to use this, that we are going to learn. Suppose that I say sum. Again I give here sum. So I need to pass parameter. Remember that. So I say num1 of i32 comma num2 of i32. Remember that two parameters we are passing in this function. Here I need to return the sum of this. So I say num1 and num2. Remember that, and semicolon. So that is the return value that I am going to return from this. Remember that the sum of this is returning from here. So here I say println, and I say sum equal to like this, and here I say sum, and I pass the value in this. Remember that same, I am passing the value and it calculating and returning it like this. So we have println like this. Once again I run it, and you see that sum equal to this. Still it is running. One more way to change it. Suppose I want to specify the return value here. So I can say like this, that return this I want to return. So I can say like this, remember that. And now I have to use this kind of curly brackets like this, remember, because I want to return the value. And now here I say return keyword, otherwise semicolon if I put here, then I have to use return. So like this also I can return a value. I call it same, you see, because this is the expression and we can return it without return keyword. But if you want to use return keyword, so you use return like this and put here semicolon also, because now you have to put semicolon. If you are using the return keyword, again same, no change at all, you see, remember. So return type you can specify. Suppose you want to write multiple line in this function. So what we have to do, again I say let multiply mul, then I say again this lambda function. Here I say return value is nothing because I want to print the number of line. So I make this curly bracket, remember that, and here I semicolon. Under this I pass the value, I say f32, two parameter I want to pass of, I say x and I say y, nothing special, simple one. Under this bracket I say let m equal to x into y, remember, like this. Then I say println, and here I say multiply equal to, and here I pass this m. So like this we can also do, no problem. Multiple line we are writing here just like we do in function. We are passing parameter. If return value you want to specify, you can specify return also, then you have to return a value. But without returning this, I call it, and here I pass the value like this. Once again I call it, no problem, and you see that we have this also. So we have a multiple way to use this closures or lambda functions. Remember that so far we are using it like a lambda function. Now why we call it closure, that I am going to explain you. Suppose in lambda function we have variable. I say the variable is, here I say a equal to 20 and let b equal to 30. These are two variable a and b available in lambda, and those value I want to use for subtracting a value from b to a. So what I do, I say let subtract, remember that, once again this symbol, I am not passing any value, but I am saying that b minus a, remember. So I am using b minus a. This b and A variables are not available in this function. These are available in lambda function, that is the outer function of this sub. Remember that. So they are using this inner function. This lambda function is able to access these values and it returning the result of this. So what I can do, I say println, I say subtraction equal to, and here I call this sub. No need to pass any value because this value is already available in B and A. Once again I try to execute, no problem at all. You see subtraction is 10 because 30 minus 20 is 10. So you see that this function is also able to access the variable of outer function and generating a result. This concept in JavaScript also we called closure. These A and B variables I can access in these function also. Remember that, because all are closures or lambda or anonymous function. All are anonymous because we are not assigning the name to this. We are just providing into the variable name. The reference of this function is coming in this variable name that we are calling as a function. But these are not actually the function name. These are reference to these function. That's why we called it closure. Remember that closure function, lambda function, anonymous function, all are the name of a same kind of functions in Rust that I have given you here, the multiple way to declare these functions. Remember that. And these all are inner function also, because these are we are creating inside a function. So like this you can use lambda, closure or anonymous function in Rust programming language. You can use under modules also. You see that we have read all these concept of modular programming in Rust in previous video also. So everything is clear that here I am having a neat and clean code in main, and all the separate code we have in separate file like a modules we do, and similarly I am using it here, accessing it here, executing it here, and my main file is clean. Everything is easy to understand. So I think you know now what is closure, what is anonymous, what is lambda function in Rust programming language, and how to use it with modular programming also, that you know most important concept in Rust. If you like this video and if you learn something special, something new from this video, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.